But to start with, I have these two fantastic guys with me who are Kaschkasch. Round of applause for Kaschkasch. This is, let's start with a really, I suppose, the most important question, which is which one of you is Florian and which one of you is Sebastian?
Florian.
This is Florian.
I'm Sebastian.
This is Sebastian. And you're based in Cologne. Your studio is in Cologne.
Exactly.
You may have heard of them before. If you haven't, I have a biography here for you, which I thought I'd have some fun with it. I asked ChatGPT to write a biography for you. And this is what it this is what it came up with. So you have to tell me how much of this is true and how much isn't.
Haven't tried that before.
It says Kaschkasch is a renowned design studio based in Germany that was founded by Florian Kallus and Sebastian Schneider. Known for their minimalist yet functional approach, the duo have made a significant... Did you write this or did Chat... have made a significant impact on the design world with their innovative and versatile creations. Kallus and Schneider met during their studies at the University of Applied Sciences in Coburg. No, wrong. Their shared passion for design and their complementary skills laid the foundation for their collaboration. In 2011, they established Kaschkasch. Okay, correct, tick. Blah, 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 timeless, high-quality products, etc., etc. Clean lines, refined aesthetics, focus on practicality. They've collaborated with renowned brands such as Menu, Ligne Rosé, Norman Copenhagen, which has resulted in the production of several iconic pieces. It sounds like your parents wrote that bit. And you have...
It's not bad.
Just tell us at the start, what do you have here at imm on exhibition? Which of your products?
Here at the imm, we show our new armchair we did for Leolux, which is called Kudo. I think it's the only piece actually here on the fair.
The wall hooks?
I don't know if they are really displayed here on the fair.
I didn't check, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, guys, so you've been working together as a duo for quite some time. What is, if I say to you in brief, what is particular about your work? What makes you different from others? We had a pre-call a couple of days ago, and you said that you design for people. I mean, doesn't every designer design for people? That wasn't a catty remark. That was a genuine question.
I think what we mean when we say we design for people, I think it's that we don't design for galleries, and yeah, we really want to that people use our designs or our furniture or our handles or whatever. So in the past 13 years or 12 years, we have designed anything from small items as a handle for kitchen or a big modular system, sofa system, table system, and so on. And we always, for me, it's the biggest pleasure to see our pieces in people's home or in use. So that is what I think. What I think is the goal to design for, or is that we design for people instead for Do you understand?
Yeah, we discuss function and usability a lot in our studio. For example, we designed a couple of handles for kitchen or furniture, and we always put the function a little bit from the level above the aesthetic. I mean, it's always important to find a nice shape which creates a nice design and aesthetics, but if this shape is not working good, if you can't grab it really well, can touch it nicely, then of course we have to change the shape. So that's our job. That's really important. That's our point of view, that people can use our products really nicely.
This sounds like form follows function. Quite an old adage. Yeah. I mean, it strikes me that you're quite portfolio driven. It seems to me that you've, and this is what I'd like to drill down into: how you decide which brands to work with and why. So you're not driven necessarily by the ultimate goal isn't aesthetics for you. It's about obviously usability. This is a very, this is not a new idea in design. But how do you decide which, who your clients should be? I've got a quote here from our call, which I scribbled down while we were talking on the phone, which is, "We want to work closely and a long time with the same clients." That's quite a commitment. How does that come about?
Yeah. For us, it's very important that we really enjoy to work with these people, because during the process it's working with people, and this is a big factor we didn't really know from the beginning.
Yeah.
But today, when we have to choose, it's about the project, the topic, of course, and we also think that, for example, we want to dive into chairs, for example, and then we think which companies are offering us the possibility to design the chairs, and next level or next layer is who are the people we are working with, and does it make fun, or is it a match, and can we talk with them very, very open, and yeah.
I think it always ends in a really good and successful product if you have a really good exchange and conversation with companies and people, and it's
and
not always
dialogue,
that case in the first project, if you know what I mean. You really learn to work with each other, and if you have a really long-lasting collaboration with a company or partnership, then it will end up, for us, I can just talk for us, but it will end up in a really successful product, because you understand what your client or the company is about, and what the end user wants of this particular company. So yeah, that's
actually we are really looking
point.
for the dialogue with these companies, or with the CEOs or product developers, because, as you can imagine, we don't agree on every detail. We don't agree always on every detail, and then we ask, like, why don't you agree? So what's
You don't agree with the client, you mean?
No,
or with each other, right?
With each other,
Yeah.
and also with the client. And what we really enjoy to have these open,
This kind of
open
productive, productive tension.
productive.
Because
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
Florian is just wrong. Yeah.
Well, this is a really interesting point, I think, with design collectives on its most fundamental level, a duo, two people, but often, we have Atelier Oe from Switzerland tomorrow, one of three, and I'll be talking to him about that kind of dynamic. But with the two of you, is it not very easy to fall into fixed roles where someone is the more conceptual, someone is more kind of practical, someone is a better communicator with the client, the other one isn't, someone is the good cop, someone is the bad cop, someone's grumpy, someone's always in a good mood. How does that work? How does that work with the two of you? Or maybe I should give that to the audience. Would you like to guess who is the nice person, who's not the not so no? How does that fall with you two? And does that change over time?
Of course, I'm the nice one. No, when it comes to money, Florian is definitely
The grumpy one.
the tough one. Well, but in general, we are both really kind people.
You think you both have the same kind of strengths, or is there a division of labor of the job?
During the process, I would say that Sebastian is more like super close to the product, and I'm looking from far away, you know. And but when we work with the companies you named, we also change the how do you call it? Like the grumpy one, or
change the roles.
Change the
Exactly.
roles.
Yeah.
This it's also in the studio that sometimes somebody of us is very into the functionality and saying, okay, it looks fantastic, but it doesn't work, for example. And then, but it's not always me, or always him, or always the people who are working for us. So, but in general, for us, it's very important to have these discussions and this process behind. Because, for example, when we talk about a kitchen handle, we notice that when I grab the kitchen handle and then Sebastian grabs the kitchen handle, it's different worlds, you know, and also because we have different heights and different body, so when we sit on a chair, for me it's a different experience than for Sebastian. So, and this kind of dialogue we think is very important.
We never say when we do a design concept, just take it or leave it. We are always really open for a discussion with our client. I think it will end, as I already said, in a better product if you're really working close together and also take the experience of your client into the process, into the end product.
I mean, in the time and energy you spend or you invest in cultivating these longer term relationships with design manufacturers, how much of it is marketing for you? Because if we're being honest, the profile of a designer or a design studio is often, well, to a large extent, informed by the brands that it works with. And I mean, you conscious of that? Is that a big part of your decision making?
Well, do you want a number or how many percent? No, but it gets more and more important, of course. When we started like 12 years ago, I had the feeling that social media, it was just Facebook, I guess, which was there. But now it's LinkedIn, it's Instagram, it's Pinterest, and my feeling is you have to be everywhere as a design studio if you want to do really good marketing. And well, I'm not an expert in marketing, but if you look at the brands, how much money they spend for marketing, I think it's a really important topic.
I think increasingly on the other way around, that manufacturers are looking for partnerships with designers where they know that the designer themselves will bring a marketing effect,
of course,
to them as well.
Oh.
And it makes for a more interesting, possibly kind of challenging experience when it comes to forming those relationships. I wanted to ask you about the industry kind of generally. You've been in it, you know, professionally long enough now to know kind of how it works. And you've learned along the way. Who do you go to for advice when you? I mean, do you talk a lot to other designers, and do you share your experience with them? Do you also did you talk about the challenges, but also, give them advice on who to avoid?
Yeah, definitely. We talk to colleagues a lot, of course. For example, you need a contact, or you know somebody who's already worked with the company. We are in touch now, and you want to know what his experience, for example, was. Then, but at the end, you have to make your own decisions and make your own way through the jungle, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it very? Do you feel the sense of competition with other designers?
It's hard to say.
Yeah,
Somehow,
sometimes you feel it quite directly because you are doing a pitch situation against colleagues. So you feel there is a competition, of course, but in general, I would say there are enough projects and brands out there that everyone can get a piece of the cake.
And not on a daily basis. When we're in the studio and we're working, I don't feel the competition to colleagues. So yeah.
I mean, you've made a real success of it. This is we have to say. Your work is absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
And I wonder if you feel that beyond your talent, that also, you know, there's an element of luck there as well. I'm just thinking about kind of design graduates now coming out of design schools. Do you think it's possibly tougher for them now? I mean, you must have young designers passing through your studio, even though I know that there are only 4 of you in the studio, right? It's quite a small kind of setup. Do you think things are getting more difficult for young people entering the industry? And what would your advice be to them?
I would say, especially during the pandemic times, because when we started, the first thing we did, we exhibited at every possibility, at every fair, every event. We could show our new designs to the producers. And that was not possible during 2 or 3 years. So it was nearly important for younger designers to get in contact with the companies. So that was really tough. I don't know if it's going better now, but I think it's in general it's really really tough to get into the business. It's a long way, and it took us really doing this step by step. But what for us works good was really to focus on this. I mean, we try to reduce everything besides our design business. In the beginning, I worked in a carpentry, for example, Florian as a teacher in university, but as less as possible. So we really try to concentrate and focus on our business. And that was important.
But maybe an advice, or what we did is we just do it at the end, you know, just do it and then try to reflect. And what was good in our case, that we had each other, you know, we did something, we presented or showed off at in Milan, Salone Satellite, and then we ask ourselves, why was this successful, or people like this more than that, and so on. And then it's good to have somebody to talk about it, you know, and also somebody who's really passionate about it and really into it, instead of your mother, you know. Yeah.
I'm going to come to you guys for a question or two in a second, so get ready. But before I do, I just want to ask you, as a final question from me, what is your, I mean, you've worked across different product typologies with different client companies. Is there an unrealized project? What would be your greatest unrealized dream project?
There are quite a few, I think. I mean, something from cutlery to an airport bench would be awesome, you know.
A desk chair, maybe. I really like technical
desk
things.
Chair, yeah,
so
of course, yeah. There are a lot to do still.
Still a lot to do.
Fab. We look forward to seeing what is to come. We don't have much time, just a few minutes, but who would like to ask these guys a question? So either a comment on their work, something you've seen, or something from the conversation here.
Maybe this guy?
Or some advice. What, that suspicious-looking guy with the long... Oh, you? Yeah. Oh, it was you. Well, friends and... he's the nice guy and he's the pushy one. Oh, okay. Okay. That's how rumors start. We don't want gossip. Ladies and gentlemen over there. Oh, you don't have a microphone. Ah, here's a microphone. It's coming at you.
Hi, thanks. Has KI or AI in English already changed your design process in the last months?
Would you like to answer? Or
Not really. I mean,
not yet.
We tried a few things when it comes to text, you know, some as you did, you know, but to be honest, no, not really. Not that.
Do you think it will in the future more and more?
Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, but I don't know how today.
I'm a bit scared and afraid how this will be in a few years.
Afraid of your creativity being compromised, or how do you mean?
Well, it's not just about me, maybe more about the overall society thing. I mean, it will bring a lot of problems in my point of view. It will solve some problems, but
Will bring other problems.
Will bring other problems. And for us, I don't know. My feeling right now is that, especially if you're looking into the field of design, that it's more about the persons and the creative process. So I hope it will not make us jobless, but we will see in the future.
And authorship as well, yes, human authorship. I think this is going to be a really big, big question. But very, very good question from the audience there. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone? Maybe just a show of hands here. How many of you are actually architects, design professionals, interior architects, and so on? Quite a few of you. Maybe the architects and the interior designers have a question for the product designers. Or maybe not. Maybe not today. You can always ask them afterwards. Guys, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
If you just want to plug your product again, your chair at Leolux. Where's the Leolux stand?
Over there.
Okay. It's almost over there.
I don't know the number.
Right,
yeah, go and take a look, guys. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Florian and Sebastian from Kaschkasch. Thank you.